We often hear from Christians and Muslims that before Jesus or Muhammad, people didn't have an understanding of what is right or wrong.
As usual, we start off an Atheist Experience video with a false premise. Both Islam and Christianity teach that mankind became aware of good and evil during the fall in the Garden of Eden. The difference being that Christianity teaches mankind became enslaved to sin at that point and need to be set free by Christ.
But not only do we see an understanding of right and wrong, but also better arguments. And remember, this quote is more than 2,000 years old. It's not just modern humans that have discovered that there are better ways to come up with moral codes that are best suited for progress in our personal lives and for society in general.
Watch for the unjustified claims, the appeals to emotions that don't belong to the descendants of bacteria, the claims that contradict their most basic worldview assumptions. Watch them as they act like there are things that humans ought to do and ought not to do. Our esteemed opponents have agreed to show up to a fight without the worldview credentials to do so.
It is a lie that we need Holy Scripture. It's amazing how even some atheists believe that maybe religion is outdated now, but Holy Scripture was useful at some point for guiding humanity. It was not. We have thousands of examples of people being fully capable of making logical arguments for morality that was not reliant on specific guidance from a God.
I think it's important to make clear a distinction here. It's not the position that you need to appeal to the triune God of Scripture to be able to determine the difference between right and wrong, or to be able to seek justice or make a logical argument for morality. You don't need to believe in God to be made in the image of God. So because you are made in the image of God, you have those traits of seeking justice, which you can't account for or justify having in your own worldview.
That's what makes it more interesting, because it is through disagreements and challenges that we discover the best methods, not through divine revelations that gives us easy answers to complicated questions.
I want to end this video analysis with a final thought, and that is that you don't have to prove to anyone that human beings are capable of making a moral argument without using God as the foundation. What you have to justify is why you are even making the argument to begin with. You're acting as if humans have some kind of inherent value. That can be accounted for in the Christian worldview. We say humans have value because they're made in the image of God. You can't account for that.